Welcome to the Grizzled Geek and Review for November 2nd, 2018. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we're here with your weekly wrap-up of nerd news. We were missed last week. We had some car trouble that stranded us across town.
Yes.
And then when we got back here, we had the Ruby premiere to go to. So
yeah, that's true.
We ended up getting news last week filmed. So this week we're playing catch-up. So we're actually going to have a bunch of stories. There's no nerd nuggets. I feel bad. I know Doug is going to miss the nerd nugget icon. Maybe we'll throw it in right here.
No.
All right. And then, so all these stories are going to be like just so quick. Like they're all nerd nuggets, right?
Yeah.
See? All right. To start things off, the big news came out last week. Iron Fist and Luke Cage have both been canceled from Netflix. Now, initially there wasn't any report like it was just they were canceled. And speculation ran wild as why were these canceled? Were they, is Marvel taking them back? They're going to use them in their streaming service? They're going to use them as other things? Well, to make it a little more clear, we've got, they lost 2/3 of their viewing audience in their second season, both these shows.
Really?
Like, I mean, like, I think Luke Cage dropped like 54%, and it was like 63% that they dropped from Iron Fist. So that was a big thing. I mean, they didn't cite why Iron Fist was canceled specifically, but I mean, the low ratings was probably a big, a big indicator.
Which is funny because it was so much better.
It was so much better. But I mean, maybe that first one just did so much damage. People weren't rushing to see this one yet.
Yeah, I guess. I'm part of the problem because I'm still not done.
You're still not done with it?
I'm getting close. I'm getting close, I think.
Luke Cage, however, said that it boiled down to creative differences behind the scenes between Marvel not taking the series in the direction that Netflix apparently wanted to go. So maybe Netflix wanted to go a little darker with the hero, and they wanted more of the hero aspect of him. As we saw at the end of Luke Cage, he kind of ended up in a darker spot than he was initially. Mm-hmm. So who knows exactly what happened there, or if that's really what's going on here. Maybe just, Now, Vincent D'Onofrio did come out and recently say that, without a doubt, Daredevil is not getting canceled.
Okay.
So we don't know. I mean, Daredevil just came out to rave reviews. Season 3 was amazing. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Is Jessica Jones? Punisher's up next, and then Jessica Jones. We'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Who knows? But all right. We also got news that Ewan McGregor was cast as Black Mask in the Birds of Prey movie.
We knew he was up for one of the roles, but
and that it will be rated R, which is a
rated R. Birds of Prey need to be rated R?
No. It's a bad move.
I mean, I like the idea of Ewan McGregor as a Black Mask, although why don't you catch a big name like that and put him in a mask? I don't know, but I like that casting, but the rated R thing, I think they're just, some movies need to be rated R and R, like Deadpool.
Yes.
And some need to be rated R and are not, like Venom, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the TV shows, like, it's like the Titans. Like, I just started watching Titans, finally. It is way dark. Right? And we're taking a DC property that was basically geared towards kids for the last decade, and now they're turning into this very mature TV series.
Right. Yeah.
Very dark, lots of blood and sex and everything else. And we're like, I just don't know if it needed that, and I don't think Birds of Prey need that either, right?
I don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't think.
I mean, you can get the violence and everything like that, without having the,
You don't need to be ultra violent.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
All right. Well, all right, moving on. Birds of Prey. Next week was super exciting for me. Fallout 76 launches next week. I'm super excited. I haven't been able to get any of the demos yet, but I play PC, so I'm kind of out in the dark. It was only like on Saturday so far. But another game that just launched is breaking all kinds of records, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. Now, Red Dead Redemption was an amazing title. I haven't got to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, I haven't had the time, and I won't when Fallout 76 comes in. So it'll probably be a title I don't check out till later. But man, it was, how popular was Red Redemption 2? It broke the record.
It was Marvel Blockbuster popular.
Yeah. I mean, it broke the pre-sale record. It was the best pre-sale game of all times, best video game release of this year. But beyond that, it took in over $625 million in 3 days, making it the biggest opening weekend in the history of entertainment. I mean, it beat out our Avengers: Infinity War. So, yeah, not just video games, in entertainment, the biggest opening weekend. So, yeah, a lot of people playing Cowboys this weekend.
I guess so.
So I can't say much about the game myself because, like I said, I haven't got to play it yet, but I will.
Yeah, it's getting rave reviews. Yeah. So, all right, so let's talk Marvel on the Disney streaming service.
Yes.
We've got now, I believe, 3 shows that we know we're going to get. We already talked about the Scarlet Witch and Loki shows.
Yep.
Apparently, Vision's going to be on Scarlet Witch's show.
Yeah.
But now we have a new one, a buddy cop, maybe whatever. Bromance series with Bucky Barnes and the Falcon. So
2 guys get along swimmingly.
Yeah. So all 3 shows will have 8 episodes each, and those series will have big blockbuster money behind them.
Yeah.
So those 8 episodes will be the equivalent budgetary wise to a blockbuster.
Couple $100 million.
Yep.
So you're talking so I mean it's an 8 episode series instead of a 1-2 hour movie, but still for a TV series that's
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money there. So, and they're talking about a lot of big cameos. In these too.
We'll get other people from the Marvel universe in it.
So this screams like this. Is this spell doom for Cap in Avengers 4?
Oh, I think
with his 2 best friends going off on their own.
Yeah, I think everybody pretty much assumed that he was.
Whether or not he's dead, whether or not he retires, whether or not what happens next. All right. So, sticking with the Disney streaming service. Well, not really. It's not about Mandalorian. Mandalorian is the big stories.
Yeah.
But Boba Fett, the movie, Disney has come out and canceled it. So we're not going to get a Boba Fett movie. Instead, they're going to focus on the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the main focus for Disney. And like I said, Bob Iger came out and said that he was not going to, we're going to kind of step back from Star Wars. You're not going to get as much.
Yeah.
Which, the only thing, I was like, no one was really clamoring for a Boba Fett movie, except for now that it's been canceled, we found out what it was about, or a little bit more about what it's about. And it was going to focus on the 5 bounty hunters that were with him in Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. Him and those bounty hunters. Now, for those of you, can't remember, 5 random guys from a movie that came out in the 1982, it was Forlom, Zuckuss, Dengar, IG-88, and Bosk.
Yep.
Right? We're that kind of nerds.
Along with Boba Fett. Yeah.
Along with Boba Fett, right. Now, some of these guys were teamed up with Boba Fett in the Clone Wars, which is also canon, by the way, right? So Bosk and Dengar were on his team.
Right
before that. So the assumption is that those guys weren't just individual guys on the...
That they could have been a team.
They could have been a team.
When they were there.
That was, Boba Fett's team that he sent out on his mission. So I would have been cool to see all those guys get more love because they're fan favorites despite only being in one quick scene.
Especially since you could have done a pre-Empire story.
Yeah.
And you could have had Darth Vader in it, and you could have shown the significance of the no disintegrations line.
Exactly.
I mean, there was a lot you could have done there that would have been
Yeah.
cool fan service, but whatever.
And you wouldn't have to worry about recasting a bunch of guys because they're all in masks or
bandaged up or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Could have been. And now it's not. To be fair, it's not completely dead. It's just off the record, right? So it's not in production right now.
Okay.
So it could. They resurface. They got a script. It could pop up later.
That'd be good.
So.
All right. So, hey, we just had Halloween. Let's take a look at some celebrity Halloween costumes.
Yes.
You get Sarah Michelle Gellar as Harley Quinn.
That's the first time we've seen Sarah Michelle Gellar for a while, isn't it?
She pops up every once in a while, just in little comments here and there, but nothing major.
Just co-signing that Buffy money.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And Freddie Prinze Jr.
And Freddie Prinze Jr.
He's doing all kinds of voice work.
Right. Yeah. So. Well, and she might be doing voice work too. I can't remember. We also got Jensen Ackles, I think it's Ackles, as Red Hood.
Oh, yeah, he looked awesome as Red Hood. So all you Supernatural fans out there, you need one more reason to love Jensen Ackles. Yeah. You check out these photos of...
And Gal Gadot wearing Batman's cowl.
Yeah. I don't know if this was a costume so much as she tweeted this out in Halloween. It was like the Ben Affleck cowl, so it's all big.
Oh, yeah.
Big on her. But yeah, it's a cool
That's
picture.
Awesome.
That's a cool picture.
So there
celebrities love dressing up, and when we dress up like superheroes, we'll show them here. All right, we got our first look at Henry Cavill as Geralt in the Witcher series that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He looked pretty good. Didn't have his beard though, which is kind of threw me. You know.
Oh, okay.
Once again, Henry Cavill involved in facial hair issues.
Yeah.
He needs to have the beard definitely, but other than that, I think he looks great as Geralt. We also got news that Anna Schaefer from Harry Potter is playing Trish Marigold. So now Trish, Ciri, you know, we got Yennefer and Geralt are all been cast now, so we know who the main cast. We actually don't know who all of them are now, and we've got a look of what Henry Cavill looks like. I'm super excited about this, and I'm hoping they stay true to the theme or the feel of the books in the video games.
Yeah.
So, but because it's really good, this could be the next Game of Thrones. Everyone's talking about what's going to be the next Game of Thrones. This could be it.
Okay.
Has the potential.
All right. Well, the Marvel slate for 2020 is looking pretty bare without Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That means we're only going to have Black Widow and the Eternals. Right. A supporting character. I mean, one we've all been waiting very long.
But this is like an Ant-Man
solo
level
movie. Yeah, I mean, she's not an A-lister, but still, I'm looking forward to that movie.
Yeah.
But the other one, the Eternals, is just they are just a non-entity for most Marvel fans. But to be fair,
so were the Guardians.
If you hadn't been into the comics like the 2 or 3 years prior to them coming out, then you probably didn't know who the Guardians were.
Right. Now, there's two distinct versions of the Eternals, and their word is they're going with the Kirby version. So they're going with the original version.
Okay.
The thing about this is, the Deviants and the Eternals, there's going to be a whole back history. The thing this has the potential of doing, it can link to several of the current characters in the Marvel Universe, right?
Right.
And it'll tell a broad history of the Marvel Universe, which, if you're into the comics, is a crazy, crazy past to this universe here. So, but without Guardians, I figured they'd replace Guardians with something on the slate, but there's no big blockbusters there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Black Widow will do well. I'm looking forward to it, but it's not going to be pulling Captain America money,
Nope.
And then Eternals. That's the big question mark. Whether Eternals, is it going to be another Guardians? Is it going to be, who knows? I haven't had any flops, so we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to be a flop. I think there's enough goodwill with Marvel to actually go check out Eternals.
Yeah, I think
then it's up to it to be a good movie.
Right.
So we'll see what happens there. All right. Although it won't be till next spring that we see the return of Game of Thrones to television. It's been over a year. Can't believe it's been over a year. People have been like, we took in that year off for the final season. Entertainment Weekly gives us our first incestuous look at Danny and John, all cozied up over here in this picture. Hey, it is Game of Thrones, so you could do worse. There's brother and sister action going on in that. Aunt and nephews, not as bad in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm super excited. I don't have to tell people I'm excited about Game of Thrones.
Right.
Number one series out there. So, and this is it. This is the end game, the final season.
Yeah.
Suck it, Martin. They're going to finish it for you.
Yeah. He's never going to finish it.
He's never going to finish it.
Those of you who are fans of the books, you're sorry. He is never going to finish that book.
Just enjoy what they do on HBO.
All right. In an interesting, out of nowhere kind of move, Flash Gordon is getting reboot. From Overlord director Julius Avery, which Overlord's not even out yet.
No, it's not even out yet, but he caught the attention of J.J. Abrams, and he was given a chance on Overlord.
Okay.
Much like, what's the name? Cabin in the Woods director. He did with Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Came out, which was amazing. So if he can spot that kind of talent, I haven't seen Overlord yet. It kind of looks like my kind of movie, so I want to check it out. But Flash Gordon seems weird. I mean, talk about, this is based on pulp 1930s serial.
Right. And you can see our, does it hold up?
Does it hold up for Flash Gordon? Yeah.
It is camp. It is definitely camp. So
yeah.
I don't know what they're.
I don't know what version. Are they going to update them? Because every time you try and take something like, kind of cheesy like that and bring it into modern time or whatever, modern sensibility, it doesn't necessarily, some of the stuff doesn't necessarily work.
You're going to run into another John Carter of Mars.
John Carter of Mars was a good movie that no one saw.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that movie. That movie was good. But yeah, you're right. That's good. It's like, what's going on here? Or the worst yet, hearing all the people talk about John Carter like ripping off Star Wars and all those other things, and I'm like, this book is written like 80 years before that.
Right, yeah.
But all right. Anyway, Flash Gordon. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. First off, it's just been announced.
Yeah.
But he's going to write and direct it, so we'll see.
All right.
All right, and rounding it out, a little bit of comic book news. Conan the Barbarian is getting a brand new series of comics at Marvel. And to celebrate that, they've actually have a whole bunch of variant covers for it, including, with Conan fighting off various Marvel heroes and villains, right? Taking them on. He's fighting, knocking out Captain America. He's like winning in all these fights too.
Oh, yeah. He's Conan.
He's Conan. What are you gonna do? So yeah, if you're a fan, like I love the old, Conan, the Marvel comics.
Oh, right.
I collected those back in the day, way back in the day. And I love the Conan the Barbarian stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a collector in the big magazine and buy the big magazine of Conan stories. I can't say I'm going to pick these up because I just don't buy comics anymore. But if it comes into graphic,
right,
if I'm going to read this stuff, but it looks good. I might, any new take on Conan, I'm down for. So there you have it, guys. If you're into collecting, there's a whole bunch of variant covers for you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's the news for the week. Again, sorry we missed last week. We're going to try and catch you up with this week. But we'll be back again next week with another wrap-up of all your nerd news, all the stories. If the geek is talking about it, we're going to discuss it here if we don't go into further detail on it in a podcast. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. If you have any questions, any stories we missed, any big things that came out the last 2 weeks that we didn't go over, leave the comments down below. Let us know what you think. And as always, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you want to support the channel, you can do so a number of ways. Doug?
Down in the description below, you'll find 3 links. One to our Teespring store where you can get cool shirts like this. One to our Amazon affiliate link. And one to our Patreon where you can support us with a monthly donation. Get some early access to some cool stuff.
All right, guys. There you have it. We'll see you again next week. Bye.